So you drive an electric vehicle, a clean car, but your clean car is in fact an iPad powered by coal power and child slavery. What, you say? What? Let me explain. Got some notes, like I say, as usual. Welcome back. So let's look at the big issue. The big issue about clean energy, wind energy, nuclear energy, all the other things. Let's look at the core problem that we're trying to address. According to the higher echelons amongst us, we are trying to address the CO2, the carbon emissions in the atmosphere, which are destroying the planet as we sit here. Now, I am going to look a lot at my notes because I've taken some statistical facts to try and help you understand the reality, help you understand the lies that you're being taught by the mainstream media and indeed people here on YouTube who are funded by, shall we say, elites. Let's call it that. So what is CO2? Carbon dioxide, okay? And if we look at the element of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere around the globe, the actual emissions rate or the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is 0.04% of the atmosphere. Okay, that is 429 parts per million. So here's an analogy to try and put that into sense. So let's say we have a bucket, okay, of sand, and that bucket holds 10,000 grains of sand. What element of that would be this trace gas? It's a trace gas. Would actually be a massive 4 grains. 4 grains in 10,000 grains. 4 grains. This is merely a trace gas, guys. This is not a catastrophe that they're telling us. It really isn't. So the EV con. Let's look at the grid reality. And I do apologize. I keep looking down at my notes, but it's because there's so many facts here. The grid reality. The grid is in fact charged by fossil fuels, and that would be gas and coal at night. So there's no tailpipe, but the power station does all the dirty work. And the battery debt that we say, that this requires cobalt and lithium. Okay, so these batteries in your EV charged transport are made up of cobalt and lithium. Now, 70% of the cobalt that is mined in the world comes from the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And there's a misnomer I've never heard before. Democratic, yeah. So thousands of children mine this mineral by hand, no safety equipment, no health and safety, by hand. Child labor, guys. I hope you're feeling warm and cuddly inside for driving that wonderful EV car. Worse than that, which you can't really get worse, but you can. An EV vehicle is on average about 500 kilograms heavier than a petrol engine, 500 kilograms heavier, which means greater tire wear. And what does greater tire wear mean? Well, folks, it means 1,850 times worse pollution than modern exhaust pipes from a normal petrol engine. Still warm and cuddly inside? I hope so. Because you're saving the planet. And let's look at about the other infrastructure around this CO2 emissions problem and how wind energy is the future. You've heard the idiot politicians. And I emphasize idiot because they are idiots. Let's look at wind turbines alone. This is a concrete graveyard. Okay, if we look at a single wind turbine, it takes 1,000 tons of concrete per turbine. Okay. And did you know 8% of that 0.04%, 8% of that CO2 comes from, drumroll, concrete. I hope this is making you warm and cuddly all over. Not only that, we've got landscapes, industrial roads carved through nature just to get cranes in. So there's the green belt destroyed as we go in the name of clean air. And then we have the waste. The turbine blades are made of composite resins, okay? So they're not recyclable. We have to chop them up and we have to bury them. So at night, while you've plugged your little EV into the wall and feeling warm and cuddly because you're saving the planet, all of that electricity that you're utilizing to charge your battery is being generated by fossil fuels, gas and coal. You still think it's that clean? Never mind what's in the car, like we've already said, and the particulates from the tires. Never mind that. So the one thing that struck me, and honestly, I didn't know this properly. I kind of suspected it. My question is why? You would say, well, why are they pushing us this way? Why are they pushing us into what they call clean energy, EV, electric vehicle energy? Well, it's the ESG wealth transfer. People like BlackRock, Vanguard, charging fees on green funds to control the stock market. So follow the money. That's all it's about, guys. Got nothing to do with clean air. Nothing. It's a subsidy scam as well. So your taxes are gifted to billionaires to build tech that doesn't actually work without handouts. It's not a sustainable or resustainable form of energy generation. It's just not. And the worst one for me, and this is the one I did suspect the most, is control. If you drive a petrol or a diesel engine vehicles, what you actually essentially have on the road is freedom. If you drive an EV vehicle of any format, it's like a subscription mobility. That's what it is. You have to plug in to charge up. You have to pay for that plug-in. And if you don't pay the green tax, or if you upset the government, or you're a very naughty person, they just switch you off. You lose your mobility just like that. It's gone. You don't have the freedom. They need to control you. This is another element of control. So I'm going to finish now with some key thoughts on this. Remember, 0.04% of CO2 in the atmosphere. That's all. 8% of that 0.04% is concrete. We use concrete for wind energy. I'm not discounting these energies. I'm just saying they're not sustainable for a start. And secondly, they're not good for the environment, as people think. And if you also like to produce or support child labor, child slave labor, nonetheless, then you go out tomorrow and buy yourself a brand new EV car thinking some little African child in the Democratic Republic of Congo has got his hands torn to the bone while mining in open mines for cobalt. I just want you to think about that. You're not saving anything, but you are being controlled. I hope this video made some sense to somebody, and if you disagree or agree, like I say, this is not a debate channel, but you are welcome to put your comments down below. I would ask you to subscribe, share, like, if you like it. And we'll see you on the next one.